everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I wanted to come on here and I wanted to tell you guys a little story. As you guys know, my channel's random, so I can pretty much talk about, you know, different things. But I have a really good story that I want to share with all of you. It's sort of funny. At the time, it was funny. It's probably even funnier now, considering that it happened back in the middle 1990s. The way the story goes is like this: my mom and dad, it started in the 80s, but well into the 90s, they used to like to go to the flea market on the weekends. So, this one particular Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember the exact day, my mom decided to stay home, and I went with my dad to the flea market. So, at the flea market, there's a payphone. And a lot of the time, my parents, or one of them, would call me from that payphone to talk to me at home. Well, I got so familiar with that phone number that one day I decided to go call home to talk to my mom. Well, everything was good. I picked up the phone, put in my quarter at the time, but there's just one problem. I kept getting a busy signal. Numerous amount of times, I would say better than a half a dozen times. And in between each time I would hang up, I would ask myself, well, what's wrong? Why aren't I getting through? Who could she be talking to? I have no clue. So, about the seventh or the eighth time, it was about 8, maybe 10 minutes later, I pick up the phone, dial the payphone number again, and I felt so ditzy at that moment. I didn't know what to think. I'm like, oh, great. Nice going, Steve. You're not going to be able to call home. You're calling the payphone number. I know that on a landline or a payphone, if you dial if you dial that phone number, you're not going to get through. You're going to get a busy signal. So I hung up, picked it back up, put my quarter back in, dialed my home phone number, and finally I got through and spoke to my mom. And I let her know the story as to what happened. Boy, did I feel like a big fool at the time when I did that. But you know what? It was just one of those memories that just happened to cross my mind at the moment that I wanted to share with all of you. So, people say, oh, I did a klutzy thing. Oh, I had one of these moments, or whatever you want to call it. So, I have been known at times, if I'm in the area, and I happen to overhear, I said, well, look, don't feel bad. If you think that's a bad thing, I said, I might have one, not that I'm trying to up one on you. I said, but I, at one time, tried to call home using a payphone and realized about 10 minutes later that I was calling the payphone number. And every time I would say that around the people or person, they would just burst out laughing. And it is kind of funny though, but to this day, even though that was, like I said, in the middle 90s, to this day I'm still trying to figure out, you know, why did I specifically that day want to dial the payphone number? I knew the payphone number by heart, but that's who I wasn't trying to reach at the time. So anyway, not really a whole lot. I just wanted to share that story with you. Hopefully, I made your day, put a smile on your face, if nothing else. And, I really appreciate you tuning in to me, as I would like to share one other thing for those that don't know. I just received information from YouTube yesterday that I became a YouTube partner, meaning I'm now monetized because they have changed their rules at YouTube. Now, to become eligible to become a YouTube partner, um, you only have to hit the 500 threshold or 500 mark, and I accomplished that. You know, I'm in the high 500s at the moment, and you know, again, I wouldn't be there at that point if it wasn't for all of you. This gives me more reason to have to come on here, you know, a couple, maybe 3 times a week and put out content. Now, before, it was more or less just like a hobby, just like a pastime. Well, now it's a little different. But I do thank each and every one of you. I was on Jan from New York City Saves Money um, channel just recently, where we discussed about me hitting the 500 and becoming a YouTube partner. So if you guys want to revert over to that, definitely check that out. That way, it'll line you up as along with what I'm saying. Anyway, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, you know, wherever you're at. And I'll see you back here next time. Have a good one. Bye.